Hello, my name is Catelyn Mitchell and I'm the curatorial assistant here at the Racine Art Museum. Today we're here at Ram's Wustum Museum to do the virtual tour of Watercolor Wisconsin 2024. Watercolor Wisconsin runs through April 19th of 2025, so there's still time to come down and see the show. This year's jurors were Tony Armendariz and Shelley Gilchrist. They selected 80 works by 69 artists, and we're gonna go take a look at all of them. So come on inside with me and let's see the watercolors. All right, we are here in the front hallway at Wustum. This is the hallway that gets you back into the main galleries. And in this hallway, we have some of the smaller works in the Watercolor Wisconsin exhibition. We're going to start here with Karen Mathis, Zen Zinnia's 2023 watercolor. And it is a sunny day here at RAM, so you might see a little bit of glare on the glass. So my apologies for that. Moving to the right, we have Paul Burmeister, Belfast, Maine, 2024, watercolor, graphite, and acrylic. I like how these two are next to each other because they have that shared red, the door and the flowers next to each other. Then we'll move over to these two. Both of these are by Diane Tishuk. The left one is Flamingo and Flora, 2024. This is watercolor and ink. And to the right of that, we have Lake Michigan Sundown 2024, watercolor and ink. Different subject matter, but she's using a similar technique in both of these pieces. Then we have this piece by R. Michael Nitsch, Portrait Study 5, Steve Cover-Up 2024, intaglio and watercolor. So he's using a printmaking technique and then adding watercolor on that. Then we'll skip past the window onto this one by Suzanne Kadamian, Almost 2023, watercolor. The next piece by Jenny Pham, I'm going to try on the title here, 10111. 2024 watercolor. I believe that's a reference to binary code. Then we have this piece by Dennis Matz, Energy 2024, and this is ink. Next up is Kelly Whitty. I have an egg and some M&Ms. I can make an omelet 2024. Watercolor, acrylic, ink, glitter, lino cut, and serigraph. This piece was purchased for Ram's permanent collection using the Ruth Miles Memorial Purchase Award. Moving down to the next section, we have Laura Haberstroh, Psychedelic Flyer 2024, watercolor, pastel, and ink. Followed by PM Fallon, Brew View, Milwaukee, 2024, watercolor, acrylic, marker, and graphite. I'm seeing some shared tones in the dragonfly and the landscape. I like the way that those are paired together. And then we'll move over to some blue tones over here. And we've got Katie Henning, Duck on the Yahara River, 2023, watercolor. Next is Jamie McFarland, watercolor, 2024, and created using watercolor. And rounding out this wall, we have Pat Gilbert, September Bouquet, 2023, watercolor. Next, we'll be moving into the main galleries on the first floor. We are here in the first of the first floor galleries, and we'll start with this piece over here by Carlotta Miller. It's called Soaring Renovation 2024. It is a watercolor, and this piece won first award and was also added to Ram's collection with the Helen Rust Memorial Purchase Award. Moving this way, across the window, we have a piece by Catherine Wedge, Deserted 2022, watercolor. Then we'll come this way for two pieces by Rick Burns. The one on the right, titled Willow's World 2024, watercolor, marker, and graphite. Rick Burns is one of the upcoming fellowship winners, so he'll be back in these galleries pretty soon. And on the left, we have Tornado Warning 2024, watercolor, marker, and graphite, also by Rick Burns. Next up, we have a piece by Dan Simino, Keurig, 2023, transparent watercolor, and this piece received a merchandise award. To the left of that, we have Barbara Matthews, Market Day, 2023, watercolor. And then we have Don Riccio, Win in Rome, 2024, watercolor. Moving over to the next wall, we have a piece by Robert W. Anderson, Colorado Watercourse number 10, 2024, liquid acrylic watercolor. Continuing with the water theme, we have Jeannie Carrero, Boats in the Bay, 2023, watercolor. And then another depiction of boats, but this one by Cappy Schwab, Weborg Dock Fisherman, 2022, watercolor. Finishing out this room, we have yet another piece about water. Who would have thunk that watercolor would be such a great medium to depict water? We have John Strawbridge, Foggy Pier 2022, watercolor, ink, and color pencil. I love the little detail of the ducks floating in the water. And that completes the first of the first floor galleries. We're going to move into the second of the first floor galleries. All right, so we're in the second of the first floor galleries, and we'll start over here in this corner with Susan M. Sorensen. Both of these pieces are by her. The first one on the left is A Matter of Change 2023, acrylic, pastel, ink, and found paper collage. The second piece, also by Susan M. Sorensen, You've Got Mail 2023, acrylic, graphite, and found paper collage. This piece received a merchandise award. All of the awards, minus the purchase awards, were selected by our two jurors for this exhibition. The purchase awards were selected by our director. We'll move in this way to start with this piece by Lisa Englander. This is Vessel Series number 16, 2024, transparent watercolor. Moving on to Edith Kubasek, The Face of the Ocean, 2024, watercolor, which is a face made of seashells. And then we have Gerald Belland, Humph, 2024, ink and acrylic. I hope that's how he wanted the title pronounced. Turning this direction, we have a piece by Christine B. Miller, Mags Hosts St. Ag's Sunday/Sunday Social 2024, pigment ink, acrylic markers, gouache, color pencil, paper, and found gloves. You can spend so long looking at this because there is so much text to take in. Across the window, we have a piece by Jeffrey Johannes, The Death and Resurrection of Jesus, 2023, watercolor, acrylic, ink, watercolor markers, wood, and beads. This piece received a Merit Award. Then we'll rotate over here. This is the one three-dimensional piece that is included in the exhibition. This piece is by Michael Gierke, Your Brain on Absolute, 2024, ink, watercolor, and found absolute vodka bottle. The exhibition rules state that at least half of the piece has to be from aqueous media. The rest you can do whatever you wish. So the watercolor is on that brain on the inside, and then the bottle is kind of the container for it. We'll move over here to this piece by Patrick Doman, Square Tavern 2024 Tempera, which is an egg-based paint. He's doing cross-hatching on the face in different colors that kind of build up to form just the skin tone, but also the beard. Then we have Julie Sanfilippo, The Sounds of Darkness 2024 Watercolor and Paper. I think it's really interesting how the artist added elements that come beyond the border of that rectangle and overlap the matting of the piece. So for example, the end of the braid or the hand, there's areas where the paper is layered to give a more three-dimensional effect. So the birds are like a separate layer on top of the piece. Then we have another text-based work. This one is by Charles Wickler. It is called Consequences 2024 Acrylic and Paper. We'll move over to this wall, starting with Paula O. Kalki, The Unspoken Words 2024 Watercolor. There's actually a lot of things in here that involve typography and text. Those small circles that are floating in the center have letters on them. Then we'll move to this piece by Steve Masovi, The Walking Tree 2024 Acrylic. Another theme you'll find in this room is artists who have painted their frames just a bright color. So we've got this one, 2 or 3 other pieces in here that we've seen already have painted frames. So that adds just a pop of color in here. Continuing with the bright colors, we have Catherine Wedge, Balancing Act 2023 Watercolor. Next up, Stephen Hirschberg, Untitled Number 3, 2024 Watercolor. And then, finishing off this room, we have Anne J. Tarantino-Smith, Diving for Coral, 2024 Watercolor and Tea Wash. All right, come with me and we will head upstairs to see the rest of the exhibition. There's 3 more galleries up there. Now that we're upstairs, we're in the gallery to the left at the top of the stairs. Half of this room is mostly portraiture and the other half shares a common color palette. So we'll start with the portraits over here, beginning with this one by William Greider, Garden Talk 2024 Watercolor. Moving on to Julia Collins, Ben and Rachel 2022 Watercolor. You'll also see chickens in 2 pieces in this room. So just wait for the second chicken to tie it all together. Then we have Madeline Grace Martin, Portrait of Raoul, 2024, Watercolor, Linocut, Graphite, and Cotton Thread. You can really see the cotton thread in that arched shape with the woman holding the baby. Right up there at the top, yep. Then we'll move over into this area. These 2 pieces are by Heather Trost. The first is called Confines 2024 Watercolor. And you'll really want to take a close look at the technique on these. They are made up of these dots, multicolored dots to make up all of the details. In that same technique, we have Converse 2023 Watercolor. This piece received second award, awarded by the jurors. We tried to space it out, so there is at least one award winner in every gallery here. Sometimes more than one, but this one is the second place award. Then we'll move over into this section. No longer portraits, but I think the color palette kind of holds through this entire room. These two are by Helen Ruth Klebesattel. Pollinator Effect, Prairie Drop Seed 1, 2024, watercolor and ink. To the right of that, we have Pollinator Effect, Prairie Drop Seed 2, 2024, watercolor and ink. This piece received a merchandise award. Moving this way, we have up first a piece by Mary Dwyer, Go With the Flow, 2023, watercolor. Keeping that color palette of oranges and yellows, we've got Kathleen Nelson, Take Me Back to Cortana, 2024, watercolor, ink, acrylic, and wax. Sorry, I think it's Cortona. I've mispronounced that before. And then the second chicken piece in this room, Jennifer Alexander, a halata hen. Sorry, it's a hen, not a chicken. 2024 watercolor merit award. So this one did receive a merit award. The straw underneath the chicken, I think, pairs well with the pieces to its left, just in terms of that color palette. Again, oranges, yellows, and a little bit of green. And then we'll finish out this room with this long piece, still going off of that color palette of those oranges and yellows. This one is by Michael Kratishwil, 4-Step Process, 2022, watercolor, and this also received a merit award. And then we'll cross the hall into the second gallery here upstairs. So we are now in the second gallery, which is to the right of the stairs. And the theme in this gallery, I would say, is nature. We have flowers, we have animals, we have landscapes. On this wall, we have lots of leaves. So we'll start with this piece by Pamela Tomei, Fall Riot 2024, watercolor. Using similar subject matter but a different color palette, we have another leaf painting over here by Linda Gerard Disick, Nature's Composition 2024, watercolor. Next, we have Dean Habiger's Seasonal Anthology 2024, acrylic, graphite, ink, charcoal, and pastel. And the leaf in this one is in the lower left, but he's also just encapsulating all of the different seasons in this piece. Then we'll move over to this piece, which is a diptych. So it is two pieces, but it is one piece as a whole. And this one is by Peggy Thurston Farrell, Crisscrossed Migration No. 1, 2023, serigraph, collage, and watercolor on rice paper. When you get to the top portion of this, it's actually 3 different panels that are put together in one frame. Moving over this way, we've got Lois Freeberg Hagen, Linlithgow 5, 2024, watercolor and ink. This piece received a merchandise award. Looking close, you'll find that this is different birds kind of crisscrossed and overlapping each other. We'll continue on to the left. Starting with these flowers, this is Bruce Husted, Summer Lilies 2024, watercolor. Then we have some more birds. This one is by Lori Renault, Feathered Feast 2024, watercolor. Continuing on with the red that you were seeing in those birds, we have this red flower by Alice Rossman. This one is titled Lady in Red, 2024, and it is transparent watercolor. Now we have a waterfall. This one is J.H. Grimson, Traveling Among Fan Quan's Mountains and Streams, 2024, ink, watercolor, charcoal, gouache, acrylic, and graphite. To the left of that, we have another piece by J.H. Grimson, Ruins of Lagoon Settlement, 2024, ink, watercolor, charcoal, gouache, and graphite. Next up, we have another tree, so kind of continuing this wall with this tree theme. There's hints of purple in these two paintings. So this one by Dennis Matz is titled Old Friend, 2024, watercolor. You might remember another piece by Dennis Matz that was down in the front hallway. Some of the pieces by the same artist are paired together. Some are separated out to fit into the different themes of the galleries. So these two are together. These are both by Jean Crane. The one on the right is Untitled, 2024, and it is watercolor. And on the left, we have Night Bloom, 2023, watercolor, and this piece received a merchandise award. So that completes this second gallery. We're going to head on back to see the back gallery. So now we're in the last of the three galleries we have upstairs. Starting in this little nook, we have Judith Radke's Across the Lake #2, 2023, watercolor. I really love the gradient that she's gotten for that sky that transitions from orange into blue. Moving over to the right, we have Harold E. Hansen, Edinburgh Castle, Scotland, 2023, transparent watercolor. And it's a combination of a painting of the castle and a floor plan, and then a detail of some artillery. The paper texture looks like it's on just really old paper. Looks straight out of a history book. Then to the right, we have Sandra Pape, Traveled Beyond, 2024, acrylic and found paper collage. We'll move around this corner and this way to these two pieces, which I think share a similar color palette, but they're by different artists. The first is Paula O. Kalki, Blue Winds, 2024, watercolor. Similar to that blue and orange, we have a piece by Rebecca Venn, Breakaway, 2024, ink. I know historically Rebecca Venn has painted using sticks to apply the ink to the page, which is how she gets that gestural effect. Then we'll pass by the window over this way to some portraiture. We have these two are by Sue Horton, both of these. The first on the left is Steampunk Green, 2024, watercolor. I think the green lipstick really ties it all together to make that background pop. Then, also by Sue Horton, we have Birdman 2024 watercolor. This piece received the Ruth Ann Pettibone Memorial Purchase Award, so it will be added to Ram's collection. This piece also received a merchandise award. Continuing with that portraiture theme, we have Pat Raquel, 2024 watercolor. So not portraiture anymore, but we'll move over to this section, which I think is Things with Wings. The first is Missy Isley Paltrock, Hold Softest Memories Closest, 2024, ink. although I guess you could still call all of these portraiture in a way. Next up, we have Samira Gadisis, Inseparable, 2024, lino cut and watercolor. Then a portrait of an eagle. This one is Jan Wood, Eagle Reverence, 2024, acrylic and acrylic ink. Continuing with the portraiture theme, we have this piece by Aaron James Boyd, Locks, 2024, watercolor. And as the title suggests, that hair is so detailed. I like the way that the circle motion in the hair kind of matches up with the circles in the frame. We'll move over here. On the left, we have a piece by Alexander Grieveldinger, Tragic Flaws Series number 3, Victor Frankenstein's Hubris, 2024, ink, acrylic, and acrylic marker. Then we have a piece by Christine Bone, The Scream, 2023, ink and cotton thread. This piece received 3rd award. It also received the 16th Street Studios Artist Association Purchase Award. So this one will be joining the other pieces in Ram's collection. Rounding out this room, we have another portrait. This one is Randy Marscalco, Summer Wind, 2023, acrylic. And that completes this year's Watercolor Wisconsin tour. You can see this exhibition here at Rams Wustum Museum through April 19th. So make sure you stop in. We're open Wednesdays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is free to come and view the show. So head on down to Rams Wustum Museum to see Watercolor Wisconsin 2024.